I'm gonna save this live. Hopefully I don't forget and delete it, but oops. 안녕하세요. Welcome everyone to mood swings in disorder 2. So it's mood swings into order. So I know it's definitely been, it hasn't been that long, ladies and gentlemen. It's been rather quite short since the last time I joined this live, but my God, has a lot changed during the last time that I was on live and the time that I've just come in now. 안녕하세요. So yeah, today I decided, to give everyone kind of like a rundown really on just how, I guess just, generally speaking, just the album and kind of just going through the track list. By the way, thank you guys so much. I've been watching a lot of the reactions and reviews, and I think it's very, 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 very well detailed. I'm sure everyone is enjoying it. So 오늘은 그냥 제가 잠깐 그 트랙 리스트에 그러니까 너무 디테일적으로 말고 그냥 만들어가는 그 과정, 그리고 그냥 뭐 질문 같은 거 있으면 그냥 질문 대답. So here to answer your questions and here to, I'm gonna leave this on I'm gonna leave this on my Instagram page. So anyway, first things first, I like to listen to the album. Do I get marked if this album, like, is this copyrighted or something? First song is Seraph, Set Up. Hear the so right away from the intro, it's you can hear a lot of strings. I love me some strings, and for me, I feel like that's kind of like almost like the instrument to anyone's heart. And 약간 제가 원래 약간 스트링 소리를 너무 어렸을 때부터 좋아해가지고, 저는 개인적으로 솔직히 뭐 클래식이나 뭐 이런 걸 잘 몰라도 스트링 소리에는 약간 사람 마음을 많이 움직인다고 생각을 하거든요. 네, 아무튼 anyway, moving on. So pretty much in Seraph, I kind of wanted the intro to really start off from kind of ending on No Silhouette almost, I'm not sure some people got that. So I wanted it to represent, I guess, the past of Mito, who Mito is actually. And Mito used to be a seraph. For people that don't know what a seraph is, it's the highest order of an angel. And they're said to have, I think, 6 wings, like 2, 2, 2, I believe, and covered in eyes, so it says. But it's the highest order of the angels. Correct me if I'm wrong, but technically that is what this is. And to be 네, 아무튼 그 세라프는 약간 좀 그런 식으로 의미가 있고요. 한국말로는 진짜 모르겠어요. I have no idea. So and as you lay down your grace to me, Lori. I shaved. So So that dialogue, as you lay down your grace to me, it's kind of it's talking about his last conversation with God. In this case, the God in this universe. 약간 그 대화가 마지막으로 이제 신이랑 타락하기 전에 약간 대화라고 보시면 되거든요. 그거 진짜. So right before he descends into a fallen angel, he was once a seraph, an archangel, pretty much. And he descends, and right before he descends, Mito has one last conversation with God, the God in his universe. I won't tell you who that God is, but I mean, for people that have already drew theories, they've already got correct ones. So that's pretty much the descent, Seraph. That's kind of where it started. This album is meant to entail the in between, the process of how Mito came to become Mito, how Mito came to become Mito, pretty much. So that's why in the intro of the scene, have you seen the music video, by the way? If you haven't, I won't call it a music video. I'll call it like almost like just a film. My thing keeps like falling down for some odd reason, isn't it? Anyway, so that's that. And so right before he falls, he sets his own wings on fire because he can't take the pain. And in the video, you see like him just in the red, alone by himself, and he's alone. And you see a moment where he finally decides to accept his fate, and his love turns into fury, and that's the moment when you see the thing glowing up and coming to life. When he's standing and his cape's flying, that's when you see the almost like the red demon king just come to life, as it feels so dormant inside. And I think that's for me, that was one of the most, I guess eerie scenes, because it felt like he really did come to life in that very moment. And then immediately it transitions into his present self. Well, his heart just, it rots away and he turns into the black Mito that we know. But sorry, I'm not here to talk about the video, I'm talking about the music. And it ascends, but it's descending. So, last lyrics is hold me this one last time, meaning he still at that point has some love left for his God. But I think he's just kind of almost foreshadowing what he's about to become. And as he's about to become what he's about to become, he just wants one last goodbye hug. You know, it's kind of like, I guess, when you're saying goodbye to somebody, and you know it's gonna be a long time before you see them again, but you know you're gonna have changed so much the next time you see them. So it's kind of like that. I guess it's kind of like when parents send their kids to college or something like that. But I mean, obviously a bit different here. You know, who knows? Maybe it's actually the same. So we go to one shot. And I wanted in the beginning, 원래 원샷은 원래 처음에 그냥 원래 it started off like that, but I wanted a unique way to transition with the intro to what the beginning of this song is. Anyway. You like the little trumpet that I put there? So one shot. 아이고 이뻐요. One shot. This is my one shot right here. 아이고 이뻐. 아이고 이뻐. 아이고 이뻐. 아이고 이뻐. 아 싫어. So, interesting fact. I specifically decided to use horns in the album specifically because I think somewhere in I forgot what it was, but on Judgment Day there was a sign from heaven that kind of almost, I think it was on the last day or something, where they signaled the horns, and you could hear like a deafening sound of horns. I'm not sure what type of horns it would have sounded like, but it was almost deafening, which kind of signaled for the end of the world, the descent of the archangels. That's why in this moment, if you wanted to know, so when Mito comes into play, when Mito finally decides to swoop down on the creation, the world, not Earth, the world of this God, it's again signaling horns. So 무게감이 좋아요? 네 맞아요. 고마워요. 이게 약간 혼소리 플러스 소리. 그러니까 왜 제가 특별히 그거를 골랐냐면요. 무슨 지구가 멸망할 때 어딘가에 이게 써져 있는데 그게 지금 한국말이 잘 안 돼가지고 설명이 안 되는데 지구가 뭐 어디 진짜 한국말로 어떻게 설명해야 되지? 지구가 망할 때? 아닌데 어디에 이게 적혀 있어요. 마지막 날인가? 그 달에 약간 천사들이 타락하면서 이제 지구가 이제 멸망하는 거거든요. 근데 멸망하기 전에 하늘에서 약간 이런 혼 소리가 이게 난대요. 근데 그 혼 소리가 진짜 뭐 어떤 느낌일지는 모르겠지만 뭐 지구가 일단은 멸망하기 전에 이제 부르는 거면 약간 좀 뭔가 진짜 무겁겠죠 아무래도. 그래서 이제 이게 마이토가 원래는 세라프가 이제 천사들 중에 제일 높은 수준의 세라프, 날개 6개 달린 세라프가 이제 이 세계관에 있는 신이랑 마지막으로 대화 나누고 타락을 하는 거예요. 근데 타락하고 원샷으로 넘어가면서 이 만들어진 이 세계를 이제 멸망시킨다. 그러면서 이제 혼소리가 이때 나는 거예요. Why is it one shot? That's an interesting question. Well, it's called one shot because I think it's kind of like almost like a thing where it took. So for in this universe, the universe as this was created, and the God took, just like in the actual Bible thing. It's very biblical in a sense, but it takes a couple of days to make some type of creation. For him, it takes just one shot to destroy it. That's kind of the essence of what it's really entailing. So for you to be taking so much time making your creations, it only takes one shot for me to bring that all down. And again, this further entails a lot of there's a lot of elements to this. There's a lot of layers, and I honestly don't even know how to articulate it really. I thought I'll be able to, but I don't think I can. And a very interesting fact is during when I was making this song, I'd go down, I'd pivot, and I'd go into my swings, and that's what you hear. That's when I swing down, that's when I was swinging down. 그때 제가 진짜로 약간 내려왔거든요. So I love you. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much. I was left in tears when I heard when people were telling me that. I don't know, something about that really hit me different. And I was, I'm just always here. I'm by myself most of the times. I have a lot of times to think to myself, and it's kind of weird, because I haven't been really existing out there. I've just been thinking, and I've just been manifesting, and 혼자서 맨날 이거를 좀 생각하는 스타일이어가지고요. And I've just been really lost in this world for quite some time. Not because generally it's the concept that I get lost in. It's for me. I've said this a lot in my interviews, but to be completely honest, this really takes a lot out of me. I'm sure you guys understand that in a sense. But what I mean by that is because it's so raw and it's so me, right? It really saps me in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but because it's so raw and there's no strings attached. This is like, if you're seeing what you're seeing, you're really seeing what you're seeing. It's music wise and video wise, I want to just bring nothing but the rawness to the scene, to my fans, in the hopes of maybe that somewhat, I don't know, emitting anything to anyone. Like if they see that and they feel something from that, I want to do that. I want people to. I kind of want to create some. I want to stir up something almost, not in a very bad or contradicting way. I want to stir up a feeling inside of people that I know exists, but I feel like, for me, I think I was very fortunate enough to know what that feeling was growing up, ever since I was a kid. So I've never let that go. Like I've never letting that go. And as I got older, I realized a lot of people had it once and started just kind of getting numb to certain things. And you can translate that in any way possible. But for me, I want people to listen to this. Obviously, it's an experience. I want people to take this, and what I really want them to do is, what I really want it to do is, I want them to start not understanding how they feel. I just want to transmit that. If you guys understand, I want you guys to enjoy it, but to the point where it's like, it really brings up a lot inside of you. I think that's kind of how it's because it's just how I felt making this, and I don't know if that'll rub off or wear off, but yeah. So now for the now for the Korean fans, 제가 한국말로 이거 설명을 해볼게요. 제가 원래 어디부터 시작하지? 제가 앨범을 노래들을 만들 때 아니면 영상이든 솔직히 가장 힘든 게 약간 그건 것 같아요. 제가 아무래도 이제 이게 정말로 약간 어떻게 설명해야 될까? 이게 그냥 저한테는 그냥 컨셉이 아니라 정말로 저의 진짜로 개인적인 진짜 약간 생이라고 하나요? 로가 생이잖아요, 그죠? 생고기 할 때 로 미트라고 하잖아요. 아무튼 진짜로 약간 저를 진짜 영혼을 간다고 하잖아요. 근데 저는 진짜 저를 갈아놓는 작품들이기 때문에 그래서 이제 아무래도 이제 장단점이 있는 것 같은데 만약에 아무래도 이제 자기를 엄청 진짜 자기 개인 이야기를 정말로 갈아놓고 그거를 진짜 컨셉으로 만들어버리면 아무래도 이제 그게 에너지가 어쨌든 엄청 크게 이거 설명 어떻게 해야 될지 모르겠네. 그냥 진짜로 좀 크게 느낄 거예요. 약간 거의 약간 자기 학대라고 생각하면 되죠. 자기 학대인데 근데 이제 거의 이게 이제 힘든 게 그냥 끝이 없어요. 뭐 만족도도 그렇고 아무튼 이거는 나중에 뭐 따로 설명해 드릴게요. 설명하기 너무 힘드네요. Anyway, anyway, back to what I was saying. I'll just play this in the background. I haven't got through. So this song is called Mood. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it. So this one, again, when I take my medication, 제가 약간 좀 처방 약 때는 먹을 때마다 이게 이렇게 돼요. 약간 색깔이 없어져요. 근데 다운올 때 색깔이 없어지고 약 먹을 때는 색깔이 돌아오는데 그래도 이래요. Anyway, mood is when again, it's something that I kind of wanted a lot of people that understood this. I'm sure a lot of people understood it, but I mean, in a way where it's they have a certain disorder that really changes them. It's literally speaks on that behalf, and for me, it's literally that's how I felt. Like I tell you, when I'm in these processes, when I'm in these moods or moments, I project exactly how I feel, and for me, that's like the most important thing. And the crazy thing about that is, I can't control that. Like I just can't. Like if I'm making this song and my mood changes like that, it's a gone song. Oh, this part. Bang. So the reason why a lot of these songs have a lot of pullbacks and it's very centric, and you know you get a lot of these moments where it just gets absolutely intense and it just lets go. It's because that is exactly how it feels for me to be me. I have moments where I get, and again I think this goes for a lot of people, generally everyone, but for me I have such a crazy high and low state that there's no in between. So in this moment when I was doing it, I wanted strings to really, for me, strings are my essential language to feeling. So for me, when I did that, it really, sorry, I can't even explain because my thought process is, and you'll notice when Mito comes, that's when Mito appears, and you hear the 808s. I actually put the 808 off key from what that was. And reason being is because it gives such a, I'm not sure if people realize that, but the 808 is off key. And the reason why it is because I wanted to throw it off, but that throw off is something that's more mesmerizing, I think. 아니 제가 웃긴 댓글 봐가지고 아무튼 너무 행복하다고요? 감사합니다. The whole album is a bop for real. I love it. The whole album. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, it is a pretty difficult thing really to articulate really, because this album, generally speaking, does not have a target song, and I think this was one of my biggest I just thought process really, because I know at the end of the day, I know like there is some obviously huge importance to numbers and statistics and the logistics side really, because otherwise you know, it's hard for the logistics side to keep up with let's say if I wanted to keep doing something bigger, like I probably couldn't do that, obviously, because of the funding and stuff. And obviously this concept is not a cheap concept. So I know there's a huge importance to that, but for me, I'm such a storyteller that I sometimes don't know what I'm getting myself into, and I sometimes don't know. And a lot of times I don't know if I'm doing it right, honestly. I kind of let go of that concept a long time ago, you know. And honestly, like it has been pretty difficult, because I sometimes I'm we'll get to that as the last song. I sometimes don't know how to project or deal with the, oh my god, 이거 계속 내려가네. I sometimes don't know how to deal with a lot of the chaos that I go through. It was a very interesting thing that I saw someone say, where they wondered what it felt like to be in my thought process. And I think, to be completely fair, I think it's probably one of the most gruesome, chaotic twists that I can't even imagine having anyone else deal with. You know, I mean, again, it's a double-edged sword, you know, it's a blessing and a curse, but a lot of it really does get swept under the rug. And for me, it's definitely something that I haven't really, I've learned to tame, but at the same time I haven't really. And what you hear, what you feel, and what you see, everything that I give to you guys is a reflection of that, really. And I think that's why it's somewhat raw, if you know what I mean. It feels, yes, this is the kitchen. 저 정말 하지 말아야 되겠다. 아무튼 한국말이 안 돼. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of essentially it. That's literally what I'm trying to say, but I can't really say it because right now. 당신은 yeah. Anyway, the story is very detailed. It's very intricate. If I had to explain the story to you, it wouldn't really mean much, really. Like, anyway, oh yeah. So sorry, off track here. What was I saying? Yeah, I sometimes lose my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I'm going crazy. You know, aren't we all? But I sometimes genuinely think I'm losing my sanity. You know, from time to time. It's crazy. I'm not manifesting it, no, not at all. But I'm literally just projecting what I feel sometimes, and it just so happened that I need to project it to what I do. It only makes sense for me. I don't know how to do it any other way. I'm not like in it for something, you know. I'm not like trying to. Maybe I should have that mindset. I don't know, but I'm not. I don't know. For the fans that really know me, I'm not trying to be something. I don't have like I don't hold a certain image or you know of someone that's like you know, revered like fame and money and you know all this like flashy stuff and you know, like I've just never really, I guess like simply put, it's just I have so much to deal with in my head. I just never even really gave that thought. I guess it would be nice, I think, to kind of know to want that, if you know what I mean. But honestly, yeah, it does get pretty hectic up there, and I every time it gets hectic, I just pick up my mic and I just or I just make the songs. A lot of the songs I've always like, I like messing around, so a lot of the songs that I made is, that's why sometimes like when you hear it and then it just like it changes, is because I had a mood change, I switched, and that's what you're getting. Like Misunderstood, for example, that was like the one song where I was making with the fans, and I was like, this is something special because it's something that that you guys were a part of, you know. So that switch up, I totally like, it was off my mind. And when I was making Misunderstood, because I feel like the Misunderstood was really dedicated to a lot of the female fans out there. Really, I wanted to really depict a character that felt a certain way, and I obviously depicted that through love, but you know, a lot of insecurities that a lot of people go through, just from that, you know, if they love me or not, and a lot of things that stems from insecurity, and all they need is just a little help, a little push, a little nudge, and the moment where it just completely changes, it's crazy. I don't know how else to explain, but Misunderstood was highly entailed for that. And then we have Avalon. It really does connect in a way. Our Avalon meaning paradise, and paradise is it's the place where Misunderstood and Miter met for the first time. Man, Winterfall. Oh, sorry. Before that, Merry-Go is one of my favorite songs, and the reason being is Merry-Go is, 아마 메리고는 한국 분들이 되게 좋아할 것 같아요. 약간 제가 제 한국 친구들한테 다 들렸는데 한국 친구들이 다 그거 되게 좋아하더라고요. 그래가지고 되게 신기했어요. 근데 메리고는 저도 아무래도 이제 한국 사람이니까 저도 그 곡들 중에도 되게 좋아하는 곡이라고 생각하시면 돼요. 아무튼 Merry-Go. So Merry-Go is, I guess it's like an endless loop, really. If you're ever on a merry-go, 네, 한국어 좀 할게요. 죄송합니다. 아니 누가 제 한국말 하면 웃기다고 해가지고, 누가 제가 한국말 하면 웃기다 해가지고 한국말 하기 좀 부끄럽네요. 아무튼 네. 그래서 anyway, yeah, Merry-Go is that track where, you know, if you've ever been on a merry-go and you just kind of stayed stationary, it's kind of back to square one. It's a loophole, really. 귀여워요. 이게 이렇게 따로 붙이면 제가 그 따로 붙인 대로 읽어요. 그래가지고 되게 힘들어요, 그게. So it's like, yeah, Merry-Go is really something that I really poured my heart out, especially when it drops. When it goes Merry, the layering for that, the instrumentation and the way it should hit. I took so much time. 그거 믹싱하는데 진짜 좀 많이 약간 시간 투자를 했어요 그때. 근데 진짜 너무 좋게 나와가지고 다행이고. When I mixed that, it took a long time. It took a very long time. So let's just listen to that actually, fuck it. Oh, that's not it. Avalon's good too though. 씨, 아블론 좀 듣고. 제 한국말 하는 거 웃긴 거 알아요? 아니 미국 오고 나서 한국말이 더 이상해졌어요. 아무래도 같이 할 사람이 없다 보니까 더 이상해졌어요. America, baby. Darling, 메리고는 그냥 언제든지 anytime 그냥 약간 시원하게 소리 지르고 싶을 때 그냥 들으시면 돼요. 아닌가? So you know you could listen to this any way you want. Avalon is a more chill song. You could listen to this, but yeah, Merry-Go just let your shit go and like you know 약간 when you're on a merry-go, you just like 나만 그런가? When I'm on a merry-go, I like kind of like I feel like I'm floating away. I feel like I'm you know drifting away on a very slow you know freaking plastic horse. But you know who knows? That's kind of it. 메리고는 그냥 아무 때나 좀 감정을 시원하게 터뜨리고 싶을 때 그때 그냥 들으시면 돼요. Misunderstood, baby. Today I found out what I'm talking about. Maybe you and I know your music good enough. I'm about to go down. Misunderstood, baby. 이 부분. So this. Oh man, this part. misunderstood was something that I just felt I was somebody else. I was just kind of, I was in the position of someone that, you know, was very insecure about the love that she received, almost to the point that she felt like she wasn't being loved. And obviously they were on like certain pills, whatever you could call them. But at one point, I guess she started seeing how the world looked like in his eyes, which is probably minor. And when that happened, it just, like the feelings just, 그때 그냥 감정이, 약간 이 노래가 그 노래예요. 미스언더스투드가 어떤 약간 마이토와 잠깐 이안이랑 사랑을 빠진 줄 알았는데 마이토랑 사랑에 빠져 있는 거를 깨닫고 거기서부터 이제 약간 어떻게 보면 일기장인 거죠. 그러면서 그 자기의 불안한 감을 다 남겨두는 일기장인데, 그 일기장에서는 이제 그 아무래도 이제 이 어두운 캐릭터한테 사랑을 못 받으니까 그 사랑, 그러니까 그거를 이제 거의 뭐 담아두는 거죠, 그 일기장에다가. 근데 마지막에 노래가 확 바뀔 때, 그때 이제 그런 느낌인 거죠. 갑자기 마이토 그 어두운 사람의 약간 뭔가를 잠깐 그 맛이라고 해야 되나? 뭔가를, 예를 들면 뭐 키스면 키스고 아니면 뭐 다른 거, 뭐 어쨌든 그 사람으로 인해서 그 사람 세계를 잠깐 보게 되는 시점인 거죠. 그래가지고 확 바뀌는 거예요, 거기. 그러니까 세계가 확 바뀌는 거죠. 그 하나 때문에. 예를 들면 뭐 손이 스쳐 지나가던가 아니면 잠깐 뭐 때문에 잠깐 changing. I don't know why, I just love that part. Anyway, moving on. Avalon. 어떻게 보면 마이토가 더 매력이 많죠, 그쵸? 사실 저보다 마이토 팬이 더 많아요. 그거는 확실한 것 같고요. 웃긴 게 뭐냐면, 제가 마이토를 예를 들면 뭐 뮤비나 이럴 때 얼굴 확 바뀌어요. 근데 그게 진짜로 뭔가 그 캐릭터가 뭔가 지금이랑 많이 달라요. 제가 원래 그게 나오고 안 나오고 그게 좀 심해가지고, 재밌는 얘기 하나는 그 Scaredy Cat 뮤비 때 제가 마이토가 안 나와가지고 다 날렸어요, 어떤 한 씬을. 왜냐면 그때 제가 진짜 뭔가 느끼고 나와야 되는데 그게 안 나와가지고 결국에는 그게 안 나왔어요, 그 캐릭터가. Anyway, I was saying what was interesting was when I play Mitre, it has to be very specific. When I go on my manic downs, that's 네, 많이 달라요. 진짜 약간 되게 신기한 게도, 약간 화면에서도 무드 뮤직비디오 보셨으면 모르겠지만 무드에 나오는 제 모습이랑 그냥 마이토가 그 다음으로 나오는 모습이랑 너무 다른 사람 같아가지고 그게 좀 신기하더라고요. So when I was doing Scaredy Cat, I needed Mitre to come out, really. But so interestingly enough, when I was doing Scaredy Cat, Mitre didn't come out. So Mitre didn't come out during Scaredy Cat. And all the scenes that I was meant to have for Mitre, I couldn't shoot because he didn't come out. And I remember that was like one of the hardest shoots. Like, he didn't show up, and because he didn't show up, I couldn't shoot him, and that's why I don't have a lot of footages of him during Skate Cat, which is kind of interesting. I think it says something, but who knows. That's Avalon. Next we have what track list 어디지? Ribbon Baby. 이거잖아. I forgot the whole choreo too. Woo, that bass, man, that drop. We're gonna get to hear the second part of this. It's one of my favorites. And the second verse, bass 이거 제가 한 건데, like that bass, man, that fucking slaps. I'll tell you. Yes, oh my god, shout out to Hugh and Monica for coming out with this choreo, by the way. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible. So for the second part, obviously, the whole rollout, I was gonna have all the credits come out, but, just speaking of, I feel like they deserve a lot of credit. I'm gonna have all the people that was involved in making this come out later, obviously, officially, because obviously it's well deserved. But big shout outs to both of them. They were absolutely key when it came to Ribbon. And again, it's amazing because it did what it did. It's like almost like a Michael Jackson thing, really. But 아무튼 맞다. Part 2. 진짜 시작도 안 했어. Part 2. So about Part 2, 제가 Part 1을 편집하는데 거의 한 3주? 한 달 넘게 집을 안 나갔어요, 진짜. So when I made part 1. So when I was making part 1, it took about a month, almost like 3 weeks to edit. 3주 동안 편집을 했는데 이 3주 동안 거의 집을 진짜 거의 안 나갔어요. 거의 한 2번? 근데 I did all the VFX. Obviously all the editing. And just the VFX alone, VFX만 하는데 거의 진짜 한 씬당 거의 한 3시간, 4시간 걸렸어요. So it took about like 4 hours doing a lot, just the VFX alone, and it was just like, it was just crazy to me that like, for me to do something like this, I'm so happy. Like a lot of people helped out, obviously, just mentally and and just the physical aspects of it, really. And you know, 보여줄게요. I'll just show you guys. 뭐야, 어디 갔어? So that is, 이거 보시면 this is the timeline. Let's do this. So this is what the timeline looks like. 이게 하나하나가 이제 it's a frame. 그래서 이게 다, this is what the timeline looks like for just the. So this is literally the sound design. This is my sound design. 이게 안 보이냐? So this is if you just watch this, let's say without 음악 없이 한번 보면 it's 어디였냐? So these are. So yeah, that's all that. Another interesting thing is 이 불신. 아 진짜 이것 때문에 죽는 줄 알았는데 this fire is 보시면, so if you look here, if you look here, so all this for one frame. So 이게 뭐 한 몇 초죠? 1초도 안 되죠. It's not even 1 second. So not even 1 second, but like let's do this one thing where it's fire by fire. So if I take, so 이거 다 하나, so I have to draw a lot of these. So if you look at it, a lot of these are drawn like that. 다 그린 거예요. 이거 그리고 after you draw a lot of these fires, I have to position the movement. So 트래킹을 이제 하고 나서 and then like that for 1 second. 진짜 1초를 위해서 한 4시간 걸린 것 같아요. So this is one frame, and then black and thunder. So that's fire. With fire comes ash. So this is, 이거는 이제 불에서 나오는 그 뭐야, 그 뭐지, 그 ash 뭐라고 해야 되지? 불에서 나오는 그 찌끄러기? 모르겠어. So yeah, that's, again, it's drawn like this. And here, what I do is just like, I guess the thunder aspect is, again, this too is frame by frame, and it changes here with the motion. So each one tracks one by one if you look at the frames here. So this is just one part. So this is pretty much just one part of for 1 second, just for everyone to enjoy that 1 second, you know. 디테일이 아무래도 이제 좀 중요한데, so 이것도 when he sends it up, this is all mixed with different variants, different, and this too has a soundbite. So 저는 이제 리얼 사운드랑 음악이랑 아무래도 이제 섞는 거기 때문에, so ribbon, for example, right? For me, what I really like is I made the soundtrack to going into ribbon actually on Final Cut. So this is just, if you just hear this, it's, and then just the strings. Yes, so, and then added I have just the 808. And obviously the brass, I outsource this a lot. And then we have the brass instruments here, which is like this. And then you put that, and then the thunders, obviously Mito is thunder. And it just, and anyway, 진짜 좀 말이 너무 많아졌는데, 아무튼 그게 그 과정이라고. And these are 3 hard drives, just to back this up, you know, and my lifesavers if everyone. So that's my little thing. Anyway, that's essentially how I did this, and it is a very grueling process. It's almost insane that it's just 약간 좀 정신 나갈 것 같긴 한데 이게 어쨌든 과정이고요. That's crazy. I know it's crazy. I fucking go crazy from this, but again, it's worth it because at the end of the day, you guys get to enjoy it. Like it's for me, that's the most important thing. If you guys could see my story, understand it, and feel it the way you do. 아니 파트 1 때문에 파트 2가 기대된다고요? 근데 그것만 좀 알아주시면 좋겠어요. 약간 느낌이 좀 많이 다를 거예요. 일부러 약간 의도로 한 건데 근데 1편 반응 보고 좀 걱정이 돼가지고 그러니까 분위기가 달라서 아무래도 이제 1편은 되게 자극적이고 약간 진짜 약간 정신없고 약간 좀 이런 게 있는데 2편은 조금 더 아닌가? 모르겠다. 아무튼 네, 알겠습니다. So just like it took me like a crazy amount of energy to make this, but the thing about part 2 is I feel like I wanted to do something a little bit different with part 2, just in terms of the approach and how it kind of leads back into this whole story. 공연할 때 마이토가 필요하냐고요? 네, 필요할 것 같아요. 저는 진짜로 그거 없이 좀 진짜 재미없는 사람이거든요. 맞아요. Anyway, yeah, it's anyway, that's kind of like what I've been backtracking this a lot, and man, I go off in so many tangents. So anyway, that's how the editing process really does. 한국에서 마지막으로 단독을 할 것 같아요. 아무래도. 근데 이제 and then Winterfall. It's one of my. Winterfall is one of my favorites. Shout out to Cream, by the way. He did an amazing job on that piano. Cheers to that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh baby, this part. turn this up. 제가 제일 좋아하는 부분. 캘리코 들을 때 메트로놈 같다고요? 근데 진짜 너무 맞는 말인 게 그거 약간 할 때 좀 아무래도 약간 좀 펑키한 게 있어가지고 좀 뛸 때도 되게 신나요 그 노래. So yeah, anyway, wonderful. And then Calico. I love this song. 근데 라이브 하는데 와인 마셔도 되나? 뭐 이게 뭐 그게 있나? 없겠죠? 집에서 맨날 혼자 와인 먹고 편집해요. 인생 뭐 없죠? In your way, 이 노래 아주 좋아요. 감사합니다. 그 소리 들으다 너무 좋네요. Yeah, there's a bass part for this actually. I'll play this one. It's really good. 근데 소리 안 나요. But this is like a... 소리 안 들리죠? You can't hear it, but it's this part. Yeah, I love this part. You know, this is like one of my favorite riffs. 여기가 여기 너무 좋은 게 I love this riff. Oh shit, 깨트릴 뻔했다. 안 들리나?